All right, guys, let's get some MLB plays and props for Wednesday, April 3rd, slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I am 0-0 right now. We're recording a little bit early. I gave out the Tigers on the money line going up against the New York Mets, and the game has been in a rain delay for a while now. I'm hoping that they end up playing this game because I have a lot of confidence in the Tigers here.
Yeah, and I gave out the Marlins -1.5 at +120 going up against the Angels. Sucks right now. We're down 3-0, top of the seventh. Jesus Luzardo, I was talking to Trey about it. He had runners on the corner with one out. Should have just left him in. He only had 91 pitches. Should have let him finish it out. They brought somebody else in, and he gave up the 2 runs. So it's currently 3-0. Marlins, they need to get some runners. They need to get some base runners, for one thing. Anderson's having a great pitching night. So it's looking like an 0-1 day there. Trey, let's go to the player props. How do you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I am 0-1 so far, and that loss was Jacob Junis under or over 4.5 strikeouts versus the Twins. I did not see his fantasy score drop, so I went with his strikeouts and got hooked. Junis, he only pitched in 4 innings and got 4 strikeouts. It was tough. He pitched very well, only gave up 1 run on 3 hits, so he should have definitely pitched longer and got us that over. My batting prop is Juan Soto over 7.5 fantasy score versus Diamondbacks. I predicted 8.5. It actually dropped that PrizePicks at 7.5. I love it even more. Has not played yet, so I expect him to have a great game.
Yeah, you got screwed on that Junis pick. He only pitched 46 pitches in the game. I don't know why he got pulled. Maybe he was hurt or something like that. But yeah, that was a screw job. Sorry about that one. My player prop is Fernando Tatis Jr. over 1.5 bases going up against the Cardinals and Miles McCollum tonight. My other one is Brian Bayo to go under 2.5 earned runs going up against the Athletics. Both of those have not started. I'm very confident in both of them. Hopefully a 2-0 day. Trey, let's go to the game picks for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to take us over to this St. Louis Cardinals taking on San Diego Padres game. And this is going to be an entertaining game to watch. That is if you enjoy watching runs being scored, which in my opinion is always fun. The Cardinals, they're throwing out Zach Thompson in this game, and he's pitched in 1 game so far, and he already has an 0-1 record with an 8.44 ERA paired with a 1.5 whip. And the Padres, they're throwing out one of Bears' favorite pitchers in Joe Musgrove. And Musgrove, he's pitched in 2 games already this year, and he is already 0-1 with a 9.72 ERA paired with a 2.16 whip. That is no bueno. I believe that both these team sluggers are going to enjoy a great game here. Give me the over 8.5 total runs in this game. I feel like they're going to soar over this number. I feel like both teams have a great chance to score 8 runs, if we're being honest. And that's because both these teams have been over teams so far this year. They've combined for a 7-2 record to the over. So that means both teams have been scoring runs. They combine to average 9.12 runs per game, which is over this number. And whenever you parlay those bad starting pitchers with their bullpen, it makes me love it even more because the Padres bullpen has a 7.02 ERA and the Cardinals have a 5.82 ERA. So whenever these bad pitchers hand it off to the bullpen, it might get even worse for them. So I think we're going to get treated to a game full of runs. Give me the over 8 total runs in the Cardinals versus Padres game.
Yeah, Trey, I like that one there. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Pittsburgh Pirates going on the road to face off against my Washington Nationals. Trey, I love everything about the Nationals. You won't catch me saying much bad things about them. This is my favorite team in the MLB, and one of these days, we're going to get some pitching to help out the hitting because I do think the hitting lineup is one of the best in the MLB. This is going to be a tough test, though, going up against Mitch Keller, the Pittsburgh Pirates ace. So I don't think the bats are going to be as hot as they usually are. I'm going to take the under 5 runs between the 2 teams in the first 5 innings. Mitch Keller last season was pretty good for the Pittsburgh Pirates, having 13 wins on the year. He repped a 4.21 ERA. He did not get the start he wanted of the season his last game against the Marlins, giving up 4 runs in just 5 2/3 innings pitched on his opening day start. I expect him to be a lot better in this game. He got his nerves out of the system, and he should be all systems go on the second time around. On the other side is going to be Trevor Williams for the Nationals. He had an up-and-down season last year, and this is going to be the first start of the season for him. I think he does just enough in this game for us to go under the 5 runs in the first 5. The Nationals this season have also been bad starting games, not scoring a lot in the first 5 innings, finding a way to get back into the games late. In the first meeting between these teams on Monday, there was 12 runs scored, but only 3 of them came in the first 5 innings. These teams take a while to get their bats heated up, and with a good pitcher on the mound for the Pirates and an okay pitcher on the mound for the Nationals, I'm going to take my chances here with the under. Give me the under on the first 5, under 5 on the first 5 as the play here. Trey, let's go with the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to take us over to the Red Sox game. I'm going to go with Trevor Story to go over his fantasy score going up against the Athletics. I really love this over for Story in this game because we're going to see him enjoy a very nice game here. That's because of his matchup versus the A's. Oakland, they're throwing out a doo-doo pitcher in Ross Stripling. And Stripling, he's already pitched in one game this year, and he has an 0-1 record with a 7.2 ERA paired with a 1.8 whip. Frankly, he got lit up in his game against the Guardians. And historically, Story, he enjoys his matchup versus Stripling. These two, they have faced off in 14 at-bats, and Story has a 357 batting average with 2 dingers on his register as well. So needless to say, Story, he really enjoys this matchup. And so far this year, Trevor, he has yet to take off, but I feel like today is going to be the game that it happens because Story, he bats significantly better this season against righties. And in fact, all of his hits this year have been against righties. And I feel like he's going to have a great game here. So I'm going with Trevor Story to go over his fantasy score against the A's.
Yeah, I like that play there, Trey. For my batting prop, it's going to be Kerry Carpenter of the Detroit Tigers to go over 1.5 bases going up against the Mets. As long as the Mets play tonight and they don't get postponed, we're going to have Jose Quintana on the mound for the Mets. We're recording early. Trey talked about it a little bit, and the game's currently in a weather delay, so hopefully nothing gets postponed, and this is going to be the match we get with Quintana. This is now the New York Mets' '1 pitcher. He's not been very good with the Mets since he got there in 2023. Part of the problem is that the Mets, they just simply can't score runs, but Jose Quintana last season had a 3.57 ERA. He only had 3 wins in his 13 games pitched, giving up 75 hits in 75 innings pitched. He allowed a ton of hits, and he's pretty good at getting himself out of the innings, but we don't really care about that. We don't care about the Tigers scoring runs in this game. We're just looking for some base hits. Carpenter for the Tigers has started the season off very well, collecting 4 hits in the first 2 games, batting .400 on the season. He has only been in the league for 3 seasons, and last year was a mini breakout year for him with a .278 batting average, collecting 116 hits in 118 games. This season, he should be even better. Give me Kerry Carpenter to go over 1.5 bases as the play. Trey, let's go to the player prop. Let's go to the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the guy I just talked about in the game pick, so I'm not going to break him down overly much, but I'm going to go with Joe Musgrove to go over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Cardinals. Even if it drops at 3.5, I love it. His first 2 games dropped at 1.5 at -120, so I feel like it should be dropping at 2.5 regardless. I really love this over from Musgrove in this game because I gave you all the stats in the game picks, but Musgrove, he smashed this over in both of his games. He has hit the over 2.5 earned runs allowed in both of those. To break it down even more, Musgrove, he's pitched an 8 1/3 innings so far this year, and he's allowed 9 runs. And whenever you look at this Cardinals lineup, there's some big sticks in there as well with Goldschmidt, Contreras, Arenado, and Jordan Walker. I expect there to be a couple long balls in this game, to be honest with you. I'm going to go with Joe Musgrove to go over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Cardinals.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play there. For my pitching prop, it's going to be Tarik Skubal going up against the New York Mets. I'm running a double Tigers play today, which usually would mean 2 losses, but the Tigers are undefeated on the season. Tarik Skubal is the ace now for the Detroit Tigers this season. He's going to be getting a fantastic matchup going up against one of the worst teams so far in the major leagues. The New York Mets have had troubles hitting the ball this season. They still have not found a win on the year. The coaching's been horrible. The management's been horrible. And the players, you guessed it, they've been horrible this season. Opening day, they kind of set the tone, only getting 1 hit in the entire game, and they've been very bad ever since. They've managed to score 1 run or less in 3 of the first 4 games so far, scoring 2 runs combined in 3 of their 4 games. Tarik Skubal's already pitched this season against the White Sox. He went 6 innings. He struck out 6 batters, only giving up 3 hits in the game, was never really in any type of danger. I like him in this game again against the struggling New York Mets, giving him to go under 2.5 earned runs as the play. Trey, let's go with the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I went with the over 8 total runs in the Cardinals versus Padres game. I feel like there's going to be a lot of runs scored there, so I feel very confident in that play. Also going with Trevor Story over his fantasy score versus the Athletics. He's getting a great matchup. He loves that matchup against the Athletics, so I expect him to show up there. Also going with Joe Musgrove over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Cardinals. I mean, this is just a set it and forget it play, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I'm going with the under 5 runs scored in the first 5 innings. These 2 teams, the bats, they need some time to get heated up. I trust Mitch Keller on the mound as well. As long as Williams doesn't give up 4 or so runs, we should be safe with that play. They give me Kerry Carpenter over 1.5 bases going up against the Mets. I've never really trusted Jose Quintana, and Kerry Carpenter started off the year 2+ hits in 2 of the games he's already started this season. Love the play there. And they give me Tarik Skubal, the New York Mets. I'm just going to continue to fade the New York Mets until they show us something. Under 2.5 earned runs should be fairly easy for him since the Mets can't score any runs so far this year. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB player props and game picks for Wednesday, April 3rd slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,